The whole reason I have a watch is so I can do it from here. So I will just go to theatre mode.
What's theatre mode?
What don't you want your phone to do in the theatre?
Go off?
Yes.
I just put mine's always on silent.
Yeah, I know. Whenever you lose it, it's impossible to find because you've got it on silent. When I try and ring you,
Hi guys. Jinx.
we got caught picking on each other again.
When?
Just then.
Oh, yeah, I know. Whoopsies.
We must be a couple. Must be.
Obviously.
Only couples fight. See, that's the thing. If we didn't fight, they'd never accuse us of it.
Well, I'm not going to play with my hair today because it's filthy. I was just looking at the screen and I was like, I must wash it. It's filthy.
See what happened when you let your cat sleep in your head?
Oh, he kind of does a little bit. Or Grim does, yeah.
Yes.
No, he's really funny.
I've got the sniffles.
Sniffles, do ya? Snifflers.
Yeah, sniffles. I'm going to edit this. Dribblings.
Cats are so weird. Like, I love them.
Dirt.
Don't get me, like, I'm definitely a cat person, but, like, he comes up for cuddles and then you start patting him and he's like, oh, don't touch me. It's like, then why would you come up for... He's like Coco, he's confused.
Reminds me of Coco.
Yeah, he wants cuddles.
Although Coco's got, since got back from Europe, Coco's got so much more affectionate.
He still growls, though.
Yeah, but then I stop and he just, and then next time I pat him again, he doesn't growl. It's like, oh, why did I growl? That was dumb.
I think he's getting senile.
I think he got senile.
He's giving Joe Biden.
He's definitely, no, he actually can walk better than Joe Biden.
Can I use that update, please?
I noticed since he got the spicy cough, like leading up to the spicy cough, he could hardly even walk and talk. But I saw him the other day talking and thought, oh, where did this come from? Or
maybe COVID cures people.
Either that or they found these new drugs to fill him forth.
Who knows? One of the two.
And they might have been able to implant AI into him.
Maybe. Speaking of America, we will be there in a month.
I'll be there in a week.
Yes, you will actually. Wait,
Ashley.
I think you're actually not. You're actually not in Melbourne right now. You're actually there right now.
Officially, no. Well, officially, I'm not in Melbourne. Officially, I'm with my other partner.
And
officially taking my wife on holidays.
It's very cute. Haven't done that in a while.
I know. I've arranged things for her to do every single day, so I don't have to see her.
You haven't. I've
Yes,
arranged.
I have.
I've
You've
arranged for her.
one. I've arranged the rest.
Oh, have you? What have you done?
Oh, she's getting massages. I sent her scuba diving, rock climbing, jumping out of a plane.
Now I know you're lying.
I'm getting her a plane jump.
Oh my God. I booked her a cooking class. She's going to learn how to make some Hawaiian local favourites, I think it was called.
Hawaiian local favourites.
I don't know.
Is that McDonald's, a Hawaiian burger?
I tried to organise some shoots with you. I found like 2 agents. Well, I think there was like 3 agencies. One of them didn't look like your type of stuff and 2 of them did. And I inquired with them and I sent them a mood board of some of the awesome beach shoots you've done and I didn't get a reply as per usual. So obviously they just don't like the look of your work, but...
No.
That's fine. I was thinking of sending a follow-up, but if they
don't answer the first time,
they're clearly not interested in your style of work. So and you're not going to change and like it's just for test.
Go get yourself laid with some of your flowers.
Especially because it's just test shoots for your folio. So I've sent them stuff that is from your folio of the type of shoots that you would be doing. And if they're not interested in that look, then what's the point of harping? Because they're clearly not interested. So.
Well, I was going to do sort of some lens messing around.
Yeah.
So mainly just chase a certain type of look. But
yeah.
We ran out of time today. Anna was in today and I was going to do... So I did that 50mm one that nobody's seen yet, the little one with which 50 do I take overseas for Europe. Mm-hmm. And after that, I don't know, I want to revisit that, but I want to also, because again, I've been buying dumb shit, but it's not dumb shit, it's very clever dumb shit. because I'm nearly certain the other little test I'll do, so I can put the two test videos together, is mainly so people can see what I'm testing. I'm not testing edge-to-edge sharpness. I'm not testing those things. I'm testing usability and the images. Is this the look I want? Is this... And I know it's sometimes very easy to get hung up on the shallow depth of field, bokeh-licious stuff. Bokeh-malicious. But seriously, if I look at them, most of my favourite photos, they're not that bokeh-malicious.
Is this a new technological word?
Yeah, I learnt this word. I found it on Reddit.
Your hay fever has been really bad.
I know. I don't know who to blame for it because I never had hay fever until...
Until you started going to your daughter's place. Oh, no, until... It started in America.
America. The first year we went after COVID. That's why I said it. One of the models had this conspiracy theory that she wouldn't hang around with anybody that had a vaccination because she said they shed it and you get that in your body. Never heard it. Not like a lizard. You don't shed... Anyway, conspiracy theorist. I'm not one of them. But I just find it weird that I never, ever, ever had any type of hay fever. And I always kept on thinking, oh, shut up, you whingers. It can't be that bad.
And now you're like really bad.
I went up to my sister's place daughter's place the other day. Within 15 minutes there, all of a sudden it was sort of like something flew up my nose.
We were trying to do that recording at your place the other day and you had to keep stopping because you kept sneezing.
Yeah. I don't know, but Len, my son, gets those sneezing fits.
I get them sometimes too as well.
Yeah, well, you definitely do.
Yeah.
I've seen you do that, popping brain cells.
I know, I hate it when spring has sprung. I'm like, bleh, sniffleophagus.
Sniffleophagus. Yeah, but see, mine aren't even hitting spring. Mine just seem to hit
it's randomly. I don't get it. That's why I don't get why going to your daughter's place while it's still like winter here would cause you to have like a...
Well, they're surrounded by pollens and grasses, but
that'd be why.
it was very dry. See, a lot of the plants have already gone into spring mode, even though we're still winter. They'll have started to blossom, and then the cold snaps happened again. They've gone and dropped everything.
And I was liking that little warm snap we had. But no, we will. Well, yes, you go on your holiday.
I'm getting a warm snap next week.
I know, and then you'll be back, and
I'll
then
be actually working most of it.
Yeah.
So much for putting this into a theatre mode. Now everyone at the theatre's yelling at me. Any money, this is a spam call. People can listen to me do a spam.
I think they've already have, but we can do another one.
I'll do another one. Hello? 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 Yes, Rachel? I'm in the middle of a podcast, so a couple of 100,000 people are listening to me talk to someone who random calls me every day. So maybe I'd best not do it because it won't make your company look good over my podcast. Because I don't think you'll like my answers. Because the best time to call me back would be never. Thank you. All right, goodbye. Love you. Oh, my wife's going to kill me about that. So I'd never say love her over the phone.
Oh.
I was going to, she was she sounded like she was Jim Jeffries' wife.
Oh my God, Peter.
Well, she did. She sounded just like Jim Jeffries' wife. There was an English accent and a little bit of Indian accent and the same thing. She wanted to survey me on my political and social views. You know that's going to go pear-shaped really
I don't
bad.
think we should. Yes, I'm glad you didn't.
Yeah, well, I don't think she would like my answers one little bit.
No.
Because of her generation. Anyway,
Oh my God.
I'm not going there.
What I was going to go with bringing up America is that if anyone is listening and is on the fence about coming to a workshop,
You better get off it because it'll break. There's too many people on the fence, it'll fall over.
No, I was checking the numbers because we had a few bookings come through today, so I was checking. So we're really running out of spots pretty much everywhere except for LA. Everywhere else we've only got about 3 spots left.
Is it big? I think it's because LA might be the city that's in the most
Strife.
strife or not as
know.
comfortable. So even last year, the people of LA didn't seem to be as friendly as they normally do. They all seem to be a little bit more uptight.
Not like participants, but the general people.
Public.
Yeah, general
and
public.
Going to shops, none of them, the shops were, especially when we went into Rodeo, it was like,
But that's always like that.
no, it was a little bit more like, are you going to rob us? You remember the shop we got that really nice jacket for? We got 2 things out of, and that little top. Like, that security guard gave us a full once over before he was going to let us open the door.
Yeah, but I feel like that might have been a little bit of Pretty Woman.
Pretty Woman.
You know, like in Pretty Woman when she goes into that shop and they judge her really hard. I probably had no makeup on. I'm probably wearing some sloppy band T-shirt and Docs, and then you're just wearing like Junners. Probably was just thinking these people have no money. We just look like a common folk.
Common folk. Or it didn't look, oh no, so you weren't dressed up that much. They weren't looking at me as I've got $1 trillion to afford this. No, they were thinking, shit, he doesn't have much money, he's walking around with that. Maybe we won't open the doors.
Probably just like that. And also, but I know
Even the staff in there was this relief on their face when I said, can I buy this, and didn't ask the price. Because I secretly saw the price, but it was this relief that, oh, we've got real customers.
Yeah. Weren't you somewhere that happened to you that you asked the price and the person was really rude and was like, if you have to ask, you can't afford it, and you asked for the manager and probably got that person fired?
Well, it's wrong.
It is. It's so rude.
No, it's just that, all right, I would have bought it if it was 2,000 or 3,000. If it was 4,000 or 5,000, no, it wasn't worth that much to me to buy.
Yeah.
It's not like I could afford to have bought that.
Yeah.
But I didn't see the value in.
I find that really rude.
Yeah, I don't like that. Rude.
Yeah.
There's a couple of friends I know that work for a couple of like the LV stores and places like that. Like Alita works at one. There's a makeup artist that worked in the one in Carla worked in the one in Crown's Casino. And she was like, I don't care what they look like. I don't care.
Yeah.
We've got no idea what money people have. We just treat everyone as, if I get this sale, I'm going to get a bonus.
Yeah,
and they go out of their way to get that sale.
Yeah.
But yeah, some stores, but I don't know, I found it every time I've gone into someone like Ralph Lauren, I've always felt welcomed. You know, we've been in Prada and places like that. They just, you want to try these on? You go straight away, no ifs or buts. But
Even when we were in Prado a couple of years ago when I got my boots, they were so friendly.
yeah,
Super friendly. Yeah.
I don't know, just maybe it's.
But I also think
it can be just a staff member that's had a bad day.
Exactly. It could be. You never really
just found
know.
out her husband's cheating on her with one of the other workers in the store.
Or you never know that. And also, I know that there has been a lot of problems with the looting and stuff in LA. So I think that's why most stores had security at the front. But anyways.
Well, it's not just LA. That sort of thing is coming to Australia a bit.
Really?
Yeah.
I haven't noticed it.
Well, that's got a little bit to do with the youth crime and, you know.
I don't know. I don't really.
Anyway,
I don't really leave my house too much.
I still am a little bit worried places like LA. And even when you showed me that photos of even Canada, we're looking for stuff to do our natural light, and all of a sudden Beck found this amazing caravan park in the middle of the street with tents. It was a doof. I reckon they were having a doof there. They set up for a doof.
Yeah, because I think I've found where we're going to do it, but if anyone... No, I think I'm happy, but I mean, I was looking for somewhere...
So it's not going to be like Frankfurt, you picked somewhere and then we went for a walk and it's like we nearly died walking down that street.
Oh, no, that was that, and especially because that was the flash at night that I was...
Yeah, the flash at night. We were going to go in one of the sketchiest areas.
I didn't realise it was sketchy, but I did that based off because when we used to do flash at night, we would do group dinner and then we'd finish dinner and then start the workshop.
Take everyone out to get mugged.
So I was I just felt like I was just searching for a restaurant that was good for groups, and I found something that said it was good for groups. And then I was like, oh, cool, like we'll just do the flash. And then thankfully we ended up going to scout the location and then realised like, oh no, because if anyone knows Frankfurt, the place was right near the train station, which is the sketchiest place.
This long street, maybe 1 kilometre long, and once you walk in about 200 metres, it falls apart really quick, but you look around behind you and think, I can't walk back out that way because you've got to walk past all these other sketchy people.
It was so
And the more
sketch.
you walk down, the more you see the eyes on you. Oh, there's some money there.
Oh my God.
Pretty little white girl.
But also I was just thinking like, oh my God, like 15 photographers with cameras, no way we cannot do it. So thank God I changed that. But yeah, because last time we were in Toronto, we did, where we had the workshop was, because we didn't have many people.
No, we had more that private workshop.
Yeah, it was more of a private thing. And so one of the guys that came offered us to use his studio. So we just did that area around there, but that was kind of far from where I've told everyone, the general area. So I'm doing what I've done.
And that area is only good for a small group. Like,
Yeah, it wouldn't
there's
be.
a couple of, it was raining that day, remember?
Yeah.
There's a couple of spots we could still work, but if we had 7 or 8 people, we would have struggled.
But so for people that are interested in what I do, so like,
People are interested in getting mugged at our workshops.
because even when we were in Berlin, people asked me, why did you pick here for the natural light? And it's because, well, I don't really know because I haven't been to Berlin with you for workshops, so I didn't really know. So what I did is just went on Google Maps, dropped the little person from where we were staying, and just went walking the streets on Google Maps Street View until I was like, oh, here looks kind of okay. And then we went and had a look and we're like, oh yeah, this could work. So that's kind of what I do is I scout using Google Maps Street
the
View.
Berlin was fine for the weather we had.
Yes.
If it had been raining, it would have been terrible.
But so what I've done for,
But that happened the same as in Milan.
yeah.
But that place,
It's really hard.
it's very hard. The place in Milan, like there's an area we start which is really easy. There's lots of structure in that, but if it was pouring with rain,
We'd
I
be
couldn't use
stuffed.
any of that stuff.
Yeah.
And then as soon as you walk out and get into the main streets, I was just lucky that being full sun, the people could not believe that
You
on
could
this
do-
100-metre stretch of
Yeah.
open street, I could find them 5 amazing different photo areas. And they just said, but looking down the street, it just looks all the same.
yeah.
But you take a couple of steps, you find this bit of structure and you get this whole new light.
It's really hard. Like, I mean, we're so lucky here, like, especially like when we do the 5-day, because it's the only one we really pretty much do in Melbourne now, is that. But it's so like we know.
Pretty much the only one in Australia.
Yeah, well, it's going to be next year, I think. I don't think we're doing another Melbourne one. We were thinking about it, but we haven't got enough time now.
We're just running out of time. Same was, and it's not, this isn't to push people, but next year we'll be most only doing half the workshops we did this year. We just physically are running out of time.
Yep.
And yeah, so, places like Canada might be the last time we go there, and places, especially in Europe, we're definitely Europe's definitely going to be trimmed back because there's stuff that I want to do in Europe, which is creating content, but also creating stuff for me.
Yeah.
And that's going to places like Ireland or going down to Greece or somewhere like that. But they're not places I want to run workshops. We don't have the connections on the ground.
Yep.
And as much as I absolutely loved Edinburgh, I think if we tried to run a workshop in Ireland, it would be the same problem. It's just not, studios, there's not models, there's all that things is lacking.
Yeah.
So for us to run the sort of type of workshop we want to run, it's very, very hard. So
But when we do things here, like, it's just, like, sometimes I get mad, like, especially if we're going somewhere that we've never been before, I get mad stressed because I don't know what the studio is going to be like in person. I don't know what the quality, I kind of do know what the quality of equipment's going to be like for the most part. But I don't know what kind of space I'm walking into. I don't know the models, so I don't know who's going to walk through the door. Things like that. And then I'm like, even the food, I'm like, I don't know what the quality of the food's going to be like that's going to turn up. It just makes it really tricky. But whereas before we do the 5-day here, my stress levels are so, they don't exist. Because I know we've got the shops across the road. I know your wife's doing the cooking. I know we've got this studio. I know the models that are going to walk through the door. It's like,
I have B-flats. I have a mega boom.
This just got really dark.
It's got really dark.
I might need to punch us up a little bit. Give me 1 second.
They're going to punch us up a little bit. The hardest thing is some of the lighting that I'm doing.
I don't know.
It's amazing. Like even
I don't know how the putting auto exposure up is not really changing.
no,
this.
What are you doing?
We're turning auto exposure up. Turning the plus thing up.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not doing anything. It's not making you brighter.
You sure now?
Positive. So I can't see any change in your face.
You can't see any change over my face.
Even if I go up to +3, it's not seeing any change in your face.
Might be because it's reading the white screens behind. I don't know.
I don't know. What should I do?
I'll just adjust it later. Are you on? So if we got ND filter on?
Yeah, auto ND.
Yeah, I'll run with it.
All right, and we'll just. Sure.
Yeah, I'll just run with it.
Okay.
I'll fix it later.
Sorry, guys.
I'll make it black and white and punch it up and add some film grain. For anybody on Inspire, we have added another 6 new film grains on there and another LUT on there, which I really like that LUT. I played with a couple of times.
Ashley, do you?
I didn't say Ashley this time.
Ashley.
You just guessed that I said Ashley.
Maybe, no, I think I should just turn that auto ND filter off.
All right, turning in auto ND. What ISO are you on?
It's at 12,800.
Yeah, that's right. That's the dual ISO. Turn the auto ND off then, but then you'll have to watch your... you won't need...
Now if I turn it off, there we go. Oh, that's better. Oh, look how much brighter we just got. That's nicer.
That's nicer.
Yeah.
All right, we'll leave it like that. Well, it's getting dark.
I know. Oh, look, even though your screen's blown out now, that's fine. We look nice.
Yeah,
Sorry for technical...
I'll fix it.
Technical difficulties.
Anyway, it's a podcast, not a...
Glamour shoot.
I'm going to try and do 3 things at once. So firstly, we had a lot of people asking us to do 4K on YouTube. Problem is 4K is going to use up at least double, if not triple, the memory, especially when I get into editing and things like that. YouTube doesn't pay very much. It's like pays very little. And if I double the amount of memory in a backup, because I have to have my backups in at least 2 or 3 places, so that's doubled the memory in 3 places. Most TV is still 1080.
Yeah.
And it's not like we're doing cinematography.
It's not like
and we're asking you to look at these gradients. We're mainly teaching either how to talk with models, how to pose models, setting up of lighting and the theory behind things. Not so much about, like some of my retouching might be. Maybe I'll do any retouching.
You haven't done a retouching on YouTube in a while.
Maybe I'll do my retouchings in 4K because
you can see stuff. But aside from that, I don't see why our YouTubes need to be in 4K.
Well, in the future maybe, but right now, while memory is coming down, I'll look at it in the future. But the way a lot of the podcasts, in fact, our most successful podcasts are me just talking crap.
Podcasts or YouTube?
Oh, sorry, YouTubes.
Yeah.
And me just talking crap.
Yeah, why do you need
They go so much better than me taking pretty
because
pictures.
they want to see your wrinkles in 4K.
Oh, they want to see my 4K wrinkles. Right, so that was the first thing. The second thing, with the workshops around the world, it's just we get to some of these places and then we try and do stuff with lighting and especially things like clamshell. With clamshell, you've got a light right down the bottom that you can't see. Your light right on top, which you can't see. So if I want to adjust them up and down, I'm going to either climb up a ladder and turn knobs.
So you need it's easier with your Pro Photo thing.
Whereas if I've got my 2 Pro Photos, I can just use my controller and go top light, bottom light, top, and adjust them accordingly. But then for me to travel with 2 Pro Photos...
Too heavy.
We're already having problems with freaking luggage.
Because you've got Peter travels with one of... So funny because we have a bag that we take to the studio that's got a bunch of the clothes that we travel with, and in one half, pretty much an entire half of that suitcase is taken up with one of these monitors that's got your padding. Where is maybe I could show people.
I bought some cushion, and then pre-made cushion inserts. So someone make the outside of a cushion and you stuff this on the inside. So it's pre-stuffed. Yeah, it's that time of day, roller doors. So all I did was get 4 of them and just got gaffer tape and gaffered them together.
But the amount of people that will see, because the monitor's already out and people just see this suitcase, because I have the suitcase open for and I help style the models, and people are like, what's this pillow over there? And I'm like, it's for Peter's monitor. And the amount of people that are like, you travel with a monitor?
Well, we used to travel with a freaking $20,000 projector. That was a whole case just on its own.
But we started travelling with the monitor because if we sell out and it's a group of 15, or even if we get to a group of 10, trying to get everyone to look on a little screen.
And then if we tried to risk it with the monitors supplied by studios, and they were terrible.
They were terrible.
Like they'd come out with crappy TVs.
It'd be expensive.
Expensive. The colours were wrong.
At least. So it's just.
We tried with that and an iPad together. Again, it's too tiny
small.
screens, too small.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's really.
Joys.
It's really, really hard. I don't get it. It's like even one of the ones we've used a lot in America, we're not using anymore. It's very expensive there. And he hasn't replaced his gear in 20 years. It's the same 20-year-old lights, but he still puts his price up every year. And to me, it's like, you only have to buy 2 friggin' heads.
Yeah.
2 Pro Photo heads.
I think
will outlive all this crap that you've got.
And our one weekend booking would probably cover the cost of those
yes.
2 heads. But rent in New York's expensive.
Yeah, but I still find that
week.
a lot of the places we go, I'm forever, like simple things like V-flats, like at least a couple of places had some white and black
Foam
boards,
boards.
so I've V-flatted them
Taped
for them, taped them for them. But even one of the studios I couldn't get over. Oh yeah, no, I showed the other partners, they didn't like that idea. And I said, there's no way, as soon as you use your stands, they fall out at the top. You can't use them like proper, they don't really use them as V-flats. And I thought, oh my God.
I don't want us to sound like we're whinging again.
We're whinging again. No, I do get, it's the same as me playing around with the collapsible umbrella. I really, really like that, but I like it more on continuous light than flashlight because I can see the effects more with my eyes opening and closing with the light shining through it rather than move it a bit, take a picture, move it a bit and take a picture. I found it very hit and miss of knowing what was going to happen, whereas as soon as I got there and opened it and closed it and tilted it a bit, I could see with my own eyes what it was doing.
Yes.
Sorry for the
This
cough.
way.
But that might be why, because I think back in the era it was used, there was a few people running them over constant lights for that effect. But
Just checking we still look okay.
checking we
I
still
need to
looking
get another
okay.
one because I finished.
But yeah, so
Peter
looking
stole
forward to our
some.
workshops coming up, and there's not that many spots left. For LA, I think we've got 4 spots, but everything else is getting down to the last bit. Eatonton, which I know is like buttfuck Idaho out nowhere. The one benefit with that is we've got a full jail, like an abandoned jail.
Yeah.
It's been abandoned since, 1990?
I don't know, I can't remember.
We have a fallen down aluminum smelter factory. We've got the river with
the lake.
pebbles, the lake. No, there's a river section.
Oh, is there?
No, we didn't go last year because it's bad with the snakes.
Oh, that's right.
But they've sorted that problem out.
Cool.
I still find that really weird.
Why?
Oh, I'm not coming to Australia. Oh, your snakes and spiders will kill you. Let's go down the river. Oh, no, you can't go down the river. The snakes. Hang on a minute. You're telling us you won't come to Australia? Oh, no, but they're rattlesnakes. You'll hear them. Oh, no, they don't rattle anymore because the wild boars have learnt, hear the rattle and they go and eat them.
God, terrifying.
Yeah, I know.
But no, that should be really.
It's also the thing I'm liking about it is we're going to, rather being confined into a studio, we're going to take the studio out into these
So
places.
we'll still do
Still doing studio lighting, but,
Yeah, but
our
in
backgrounds
different-
are going to be real backgrounds rather than fake backgrounds.
Yay. So that'll be fun, but that's nearly full.
Yeah, there's 1 or 2 spots, and
Oh no, is that rain coming?
it's a bit of rain, so it might get noisy.
Sorry, guys.
Sorry,
I know,
guys.
I hope it's not going to be really heavy.
Oh well, I'll have to try and edit it out. Anyway.
Anyway.
But no, what was I going to say? Oh yeah, the other bonus to that place, like we're all staying in the same place, even though we're not going to hang every night, but we've got 2 nights of hanging together.
Yes.
And I think we're doing a big barbecue,
Well, the first
big
night.
brisket at one of the old houses, one of the really old.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, he's going to brisket and barbecue and all that stuff.
Yeah, and the thing is, because we know that it's a bit random to say, hey, come out to this little town, an hour drive out of Atlanta. So that's why accommodation is included. Sorry, this sounds like it's pluggy, but I'm not trying to be pluggy. I'm just saying, I really enjoyed our time there last year. And
I loved it.
Yeah, I'm really excited. I feel like I was in America.
In the morning, everyone would meet out the front of the hotel.
Yeah, we all get on a little bus
make
together.
sure nobody drowned in the lake or piranhas hadn't or crocodiles hadn't eaten anyone. And then at night we'd come back on the bus.
Yeah, it was really fun. I really enjoyed it. I'm really excited to go back there. And I think the thing I liked about Eatonton the most is like I felt like I was in America. Like I feel like the other places we go to, like New York's New York and LA's LA, and I want to go somewhere else in Texas, but I love Austin. But I want to go like to somewhere else in Texas, just like on holiday though. I just want to see like what
Dallas.
No, like I don't know. I want to
Houston.
I want to see like what other parts of Texas like. But anyways, I feel like being in kind of
down the Rio Grande, the Mud River, go down and
you
can sit there with guns and pop people off in the water.
I just want to see what the rest of Texas is like. But I feel like going to like a small town an hour out of Atlanta, I just felt like I was in America. And Jim, who's our friend that helps us, our contact on the ground, who helps us with the coordination of everything, when we got there last year, I think I've mentioned this before, but I mention it again. The first place he took us, I think we got in kind of early. And, we got in late at night and then he picked us up the next morning and he's like, you have to go to Waffle House.
Oh, Waffle House.
And I was like, I really feel like I'm in America now. But
I did find it funny though, he wanted, what was these hash browns? He wanted something cooked a certain way.
He wanted it extra crispy.
Extra crispy.
But then they made it too crispy.
They made it burnt.
And he's like, no, that's
burnt.
But I really liked Waffle House. I don't care.
Don't get me wrong. I know I have my own jokes with things, but like the very first I went to America, I landed in LA, came out, and there was these two very large police officers leaning on the back of the car eating donuts. And I said to the model I was traveling with, we're in LA, bitch. That's it, my exact words to her. The first time I went to New York, I'd already been pre-worded up by a really high-end fashion model that when you get to New York, the smells of New York, I'm not going to say anything more, you'll understand what I'm talking about. And she was so right. As you're walking down, all of a sudden there's this sweet bagel smell. Next to me it's this dirty horse poo smell, and then there's septic water, then there's another sweet smell. It's like every couple of steps is an intense. It's like everything's on steroids there.
Well, I remember the first time I went to Paris, people are like, oh, everyone smokes. People are pretty like dismissive and stuff. And I was like, oh no, like surely that's just like a French stereotype. And we get everyone smokes, and the amount of people that are just like, whatever. And I'm like,
whatever.
Oh, okay, this is not a okay. But I love it because I can have a cigarette and I'm just like, yeah.
You can tell everyone else whatever. So those sides, but until we went to Eatonton last year, I'd never seen what I'd call real America.
Yeah.
Like when I mean real America, I mean you big cities, but I'm talking about the real America, like seeing what people are like in bars,
people, yeah.
where people, and in small towns. I really enjoyed that. The one place, and we'll most likely do it next year. I know I had someone ask me to run a workshop. I won't be running a workshop in Montana. Sorry. I don't think they'd even have a fashion model in Montana, let alone a studio. But being an old fly fisherman and watching like the river runs through it and a couple of famous movies that was shot in Montana, I would just love to take a couple of models to Montana.
And do some nice photos.
And do some amazing photos, grabbing the essence of Montana. There's a picture that Russell James did with Adriana Lima in the Swiss Alps. I'd like to do that same feel, but in something like Montana down the Bow River or Snake River or somewhere. That area I would absolutely die to go to, but not. This is where next year is going to be different because I have to cut back. I can't keep at this rate. So the first thing that has to go now is the workshops are going to be trimmed back. They take a lot of our time up. And I need to...
And no offence to people, but the emails that people send us asking us, well, why don't you come here? Why don't you come here? It's like, well, we would love to. We would love to go to certain places, but it's very hard for us to go everywhere. It's expensive for us to travel, and...
It's even like Japan. I'd love to do a workshop in Japan, but I don't know anyone on the ground. I don't know how we'd advertise. We don't know even our following. We can only base our following on what we see.
But we travel, so I feel like people can
could
travel. Like, I mean, I know it adds, like, I don't mean to sound ignorant by saying that, and I know it adds the cost up by the time that you book the workshop and then you book your travel and accommodation. But at the same time, we've got to book our travel, our accommodation, the studio, the model. We've got a lot of.
I don't think people realise.
Anyway.
So our mud map for America, we were there for 5 weeks.
Yep.
Is $84,000 in cost.
That's our estimate, and that's
Estimate
what,
cost.
and that's what I do.
Airfares, accommodation, models,
Studios.
travel, studios. I like studios. Like just in New York, it was $9,500 for the 2 days. Yeah, but still.
I know it's a lot, but like
we picked the best studio in Australia, say Sun Studios.
Yeah.
For 2 days, we're not paying anywhere near that amount,
Yeah.
and we're getting But
Anyway.
anyway, I'm not whinging. It's just
pointing out that it's a lot for us to travel. So sorry if we can't come to your city, but
we would love to. We'd
we
love
have
to go to
to.
every city in the world.
I
Like,
do.
I really want to. So I saw something on some crappy travel show, and we're not doing Paris next year, but we're definitely doing this town in France.
Oh, cool. Was it South?
I'm not sure. It starts with L, I think.
Lyon?
Lyon.
That's South.
We'll definitely do that. There's so many streets without no cars in the streets.
Nice.
All paved, no cars.
I think it's
the
South.
photo shoots. And they have these.
I don't want to be crucified if it's not South. I need to check.
It doesn't
now.
matter.
No, I don't want people to tell me. I'm
But
pretty
Google-
sure it is.
Google get it wrong anyway. If
No, it won't.
Leon hasn't advertised anything, Google will send you to
No.
friggin' Nice.
City in France. Oh my God. If it's not, people.
Talking about Google and PC, Google, PC. What? I decided
It's not. Oh, it's south from France. It's towards the south of France.
towards the south. Anyway,
Don't crucify me.
we're definitely going there.
Cool. Thanks.
But this is the thing, is that we, in the past, we've always sort of had this tiered thing, and this is why Inspire was set up. People who do have the money can come to the workshops because they're obviously making enough money that it might still cost a lot, but they're not going to lose their house. Their kids aren't going to have to go to friggin' homeschooling, anything like that. So the people who don't have the money, so we come down a few layers. So, and I say maybe to the people that only got a wife, 3 kids, and they work. So, money is so tight. Like every $100 they spend is $100 the kids don't get. So with that's what Inspire's for. And if they're like what we do and they'll book the year, if they're really tight with money, they'll maybe book for a month, cancel, wait 4 months, come in for a month, cancel. And then for the people who are really, really broke and have no money, there's YouTube.
Yeah.
And that way, at least I can share.
What you do, because you're an open book. You don't have secrets, and you love to help.
I'm not telling people that I'm the only way. I'm just a different way.
Yeah.
And I find so many people enjoy that because I'm a dumb friggin' C. I have to do things different so I can understand them.
Yeah.
And the amount of people that say, "Oh my God, I didn't." Well, the perfect thing is the transverse, inverse,
square root thing. Yeah.
That thing. The amount of people in workshops I mentioned to, and they will start saying, "Yeah, we think we know it." Then I actually demonstrate what it is, and they go, "No, it's nothing
they
like."
you explain it in your way that it makes sense in your brain.
I explain it to 3-year-olds.
Yes.
Yes. And then all of a sudden they go, "Oh my God, now I actually understand. I thought I knew what it meant, but now you've made it that way. It's so easy to understand what it actually means." And it's not like I don't think I'm a genius. I don't reckon I'm the...
Anna does. Anna's always calling you genius. Bless her.
Anna just loves nice photos of herself. But
I love Anna.
I think the big difference to me is, number one, I'm not driven by any company. Like, I don't think any company would take me on now because I know I'd bag them. Sorry about the rain. We'll just keep talking. I'll have to try and filter it out.
Oh, just thunder.
We have thunder.
I don't know is that too loud to filter out? Should be fine. Yeah. So if you didn't hear what Peter said, that's That's how loud it gets in the studio because we have a tin roof here. So when it rains, it's
Tin roof rusting.
really loud. And the cover photo from today is Peter and I standing
We
out.
were outside for 1 second. The back of my legs are soaked.
Yeah, because we were out there getting our photo for the cover photo of this, and the gust of wind came and blew the rain, and now even my pants are all.
You got blown, did you? Oh,
You did.
you should talk about that on YouTube.
So
Yeah.
lovely. But I was saying this to people when we were overseas. We were somewhere, and the weather.
We're always somewhere.
And the weather was like changing, and I was like, seriously, I was like, we live in Melbourne. We're used to this. We have a saying in Melbourne: if you don't like the weather, wait 10 minutes. And
No, seriously.
seriously, our weather is so sporadic.
We can be like some days you wake up, you can see, oh, it's going to get 45 today, and they'll just stay. It's going to be a hot day.
It's going to be hot.
But then as soon as it's going to be hot, then a
Cold.
change is coming. It could be 45, and then half an hour, 45 minutes later, it's like 25. It just drops 20 degrees.
Okay, it's rarely 45.
No, but we have had days where it's gone from 45 to 25.
Okay, but that's very rare. It's normally like it'll be like 36 degrees, which is still very hot. Maybe even 36 to 38, and then and then the news be like there's a cool change, but we'll have like 36 for like 5 days in a row, and then they're like the cool change is coming, and everyone's like, thank God. And then the cool change comes, and it'll be 36, and then all of a sudden it's like 18, and it'll literally halve, and that will be in a space of like 10 minutes. The weather just.
No, it's a bit longer than that. It's normally about an hour.
Okay, well.
Central Highlands, Tasmania, 10 minutes is right. You can go from 26 to snow minus 30, but in Melbourne, not quite.
But like the weather, it'll go
drop
from
that
like it'll drop that much within like over, and you'll be sweating, and then all of a sudden you're like, and it's like pouring with rain, and Melbourne's very sporadic with.
Keeps you alive.
Yeah, it does. But the other thing.
Fashion capital of the world. You have to have so many different bits of clothing. Like if you live in Miami, you're going to wear a Hawaiian shirt and a pair of shorts. You live in Cairns, same thing.
Same thing.
Yeah,
Here.
you come down to here, no, you need every single piece of clothing ever invented.
And pretty much on you, like I've pretty much always got a jumper in my car.
Sorry, your boot is a wardrobe.
Yeah, I know, because I need it to be. Like,
Yeah, but an unwashed wardrobe.
but you need it to be here. Like, especially when we're changing seasons, which I think we're about to start.
No, not yet.
Not yet, no. But when we do start, oh my God, it gets so bad. Like in the morning, you wake up and it's still cold, but then by the afternoon, it's like 26 degrees. And so then you're like, why did I put like all these clothes on?
Yeah, September school holidays, still people go up to the snow.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like snow can be right up to then and running. A good snow year, September is still going to be snow.
Look at
But
this now.
we just
Now
got-
the sun's coming.
The sun's come out.
Was I lying? Where was the lie?
Yeah, no, this is like,
This is Melbourne.
this is Melbourne. This is why we live here.
Exactly. It's interesting.
And
It keeps
we're
us on
slowly
the
getting rid of all the shitty politicians. They're all running away so they don't get sued.
No, we're going to talk about politics now.
No, I'm not talking about politics. It's good that we're getting rid of them. They're running away and the city's starting to open up how it should be. But anyway.
No, it's very funny. Oh my
Very
God,
funny.
I mean, I know weather is not the most interesting topic, but
No, it's pretty boring.
it is. But because I am used to Melbourne and I'm used to how sporadic it is when I send out workshop info. Sorry, this episode has also been very workshop centric, but when I send out info, I just have like my kind of standard, and normally we run it when it's going to be sunny because that's your favourite time to do it.
Oh, that's right. It was really
And
funny.
I'm like, make sure you have like a sunscreen and a hat because normally it's in summer, and I'm used to it being here. And when we did like London, or even like before Edinburgh, someone was like, "Your thing says to bring sunscreen and a hat, but I checked the weather and it looks cold and miserable." And I'm like, "Oh, yeah, well, that's sorry." It's just and even London people were like, "It's London."
We need to change it to. London was freezing.
London was freezing.
Like we've been.
I'm going to change it.
I think we've been in London at least. I've been there at least 8 or 9 times. And this
Most of the time
year,
we're lucky, but this year we've been
was the first year that we didn't have full sun.
Yeah.
Yeah,
no,
it's
I need to
just-
change it to just be like, please look at the weather
Look at the
forecast.
weather and dress appropriately. And
I'm
if
going to
it's-
change it
yeah.
to that.
But I still do find that when we're overseas, like even at friggin' Tomorrowland, one of the days I didn't even put any sunscreen on.
Oh,
I
and you
get
didn't
burnt
burn.
at all. But
Same.
if I'm in Victoria, 15 minutes on an overcast
Burnt.
day, I'm burnt.
Yeah.
I think it's called ozone.
It is. It is.
We
called
don't have
ozone.
one.
No, yes. And yeah, even at Tomorrowland, there was, one of the days, I think one of the outfits I was wearing.
The first
it was-
weekend, I think I put it on every day.
Yeah, but a lot of my outfits, it was too hard to coordinate with all the straps. Like how to.
Well, you did on one that looked like you had some type of white stuff on your clothing, like you'd gone into the toilets with more than one person. Yeah,
And so it was too hard. So I was just like, you know what, whatever. And I think we got back one night and my chest was a little bit pink. And then I had a shower, went to bed, woke up in the morning and I had a beautiful tan. I was like, oh, love this for me.
I loved how Jared did. You sent Jared pictures of which outfit I'm going to wear tomorrow,
Yeah.
and you had pink chest going.
Yeah.
And Jared be the first person. Oh, you're born in Saudi. You don't burn. He missed the
He
opportunity.
totally
Completely
missed
missed it.
He totally
I
missed
pointed it out, and he goes, "Oh, that was
damn, I
something missed.
Yeah, schmidiot.
Schmidiot.
Should have, opportunity missed.
Opportunity missed." Yeah. Just to finish off on where we're going before the rain hit, is. I've always run my businesses
That's
on
right,
sort of
that's
like
how we were.
on.
And you have a go at me for throwing you off, but you could somehow remember this time?
Yes, well, it was the rain that threw me off, not you. When you throw me off, you throw me off. Like the boat, I go under.
That sounded a bit
How?
weird.
I don't know his name, but the yacht that went under, and there was some investigation, and both people that been investigated end up dying a week after the investigation. That sounds a bit sus. But
I
anyway,
also find it sus that he died and his lawyer died, but the wife survived.
the daughter died.
That's really sad.
So I don't think the wife would want the daughter to die. So maybe the wife.
No,
didn't
I
do
just-
it.
I was
And
trying
sorry,
to-
it was.
I
It
shouldn't-
was.
I mean, it's tragic, I
It was
shouldn't-
a tornado water spout thing. So it wasn't like the wife could make this happen.
Sorry, if people don't know me by now, I have a really warped. I don't mean any ill intent.
She's a Jim Jeffries fan.
Yeah, like I just make really.
Laugh at really someone who walk into something, split their head open, and die, and she'll laugh.
No, I just.
You would.
No, I wouldn't. No, I just make inappropriate
You
jokes.
laughed at me. What happened to me? And you just couldn't stop laughing about it. I can't remember what it was. Oh, when you dropped all my Leica gear down 2 flights of stairs, you
No.
got down the bottom and just laughed.
No, because I didn't put the suitcase. The suitcase wasn't on the step correctly, and I thought it was, and I wasn't, and it went sliding down. And as it was sliding down, no, but that's a thing I do. That's just me being an awkward person for some reason.
You laughed.
No, I just laughed.
If there's somebody else on the escalator, they would have died. You would have killed them with Leica gear.
But it would have been awkward watching someone.
Die.
I probably would have laughed.
I know you would
Because
have.
in awkward situations, I laugh. But I laugh in awkward situations, and I also make inappropriate jokes. So that's why I was making an inappropriate joke.
You
that-
have a go at me and making inappropriate comments. Yes, shut up.
Yes. Anyway, you were talking about your business and your
Just, to finish off on where we're going before the rain rudely interrupted
rude.
us,
How dare you?
is I've always worked a lot of my things as rule of thirds, not photography. I don't care about rule of thirds in photography, but in business, in marital life, in all relationships, all of those type of things. And my business has started to go too strong where I don't want it to go, which means if 1/3 died, I would be under pressure, whereas I've always run it as if 1/3 died, I can still live. I might only just be breaking even or slightly better, but I'm still fine. If I lose two-thirds, I have to be really, really careful, and I can still just live. But the way that things have happened in the world is my thirds have shifted too much. So I need to remove some of the education, which is the workshops, which is taking up a lot of my time, and shift it back to an area of me getting back to creating the images, my love of being in photography, take photos that I love And that's why there's going to be a shift. We're definitely going to do 2 books next year. There will definitely be book number 1, which will just be what I decide I want to publish in my first book. The other book, which will be a smaller book, but it will be a book called Muse number 1, and it will be a book of Bec, not like Book of
number
Mormon.
1?
Well, it'll be the first.
I'm so special.
You are,
I'm
yeah,
number
but it's a
1.
bit special. But at the same time,
I'm very
the
special.
whole world's changing, and other muses.
No, I was making a joke of me being special. I'm very special.
I know. Watch Lonely Thing. Is it Lonely?
Poor Things.
Poor Things, and then you'll see what special Bec is. In fact, Bec has refused ever to watch The Boys, and she's found out that Jared is secretly watching The Boys without her.
I don't care. I'm not even interested.
Secret. You don't know about The Boys though.
I don't
It's
care.
very sexual.
I don't care.
In fact, I really like the latest season. I love The Boys. Into all the season. The latest season, someone tried to become, let's try and write something proper. Let's put some depth into this about, he did this, so she did this. Yeah, they killed it. We're watching Boys for the stupid friggin' crazy shit where a friggin' superhero runs too quick and runs through someone, they explode and die. He goes, oops. They do drugs, they have sex with octopuses. This is The Boys, it's not these deep and meaningful. So the latest season is full of deep and meaningful, and to top it off even worse is Prime has decided to put ads in the middle of frickin' shows now.
Yeah, I don't think that should be allowed. You're paying for a service.
I'm paying for the service. So Prime, I was watching one the other night, it was really, really good. Bang, this ad comes up with these kids pretending they're doing Olympic weights. And so like, Prime, I wouldn't do this on YouTube, let alone put up with this. This is crap. This is big business trying to make money out of everything.
Well,
It's either free to air or you pay not to have ads. I have ads at the beginning and end. I'll live with that. Don't stick them in the middle of a
Foxtel,
1 hour.
you pay for Foxtel and they have ads.
Not in the middle of an episode.
On Foxtel.
Ends never in the middle.
Are you sure?
Yep, no movie.
Movie. Okay, but
No,
TV
series.
shows. TV shows, yeah.
No, not the series I watch. No, series.
Oh, okay, right.
So TV shows are written with ads to be dropped in. So a series isn't.
Right.
Anyway, it really pissed me off to the point where
Well,
I
even
seriously look at because I use Prime and I get free delivery and shit like that. I'm going to seriously look at how much I'm paying a month. Because I'm not buying shit all from Amazon. I hate their freaking music, so I'm not using their music. If I'm just going to freaking delete because I think The Boys is the only thing.
Well, I've got a gripe with Amazon at the moment that I tried to buy some wine glasses and I don't have an account, but Jared does. So I bought them through Jared's account and used my card. And then they cancelled my order because the name on the card didn't match the name on the account. Well, sorry, can I not?
No, you can't do that because it's like fraudy thing.
It's not fraud. I'm just using my
Yeah, but they
partner's
don't know that he's your partner. It's different surnames.
Well,
They didn't see the ring on it.
that's just rude. Yeah.
Anyway.
It's my gripe with them. But no, I think even so Netflix also brought out a thing where they now put ads in between shows, but you can then pay for, but that's like that's basic tier of Netflix. That's like the cheapest one, and then you can pay a bit more, and they don't do that.
So I don't see it. And even the Foxtel, which again copped out.
Sorry,
you pay
Foxtel's an
Australian
cable.
Netflix cable.
But it's called, no, in America they call it cable.
Cable. It could be like Sky.
It's called cable in
Anyway.
America.
Netflix used to be really good. You'd pay for no ads, and all of a sudden they put ads in between shows.
Prime.
No, Foxtel.
Right.
They never put an ad in a show unless it was a TV show that had ads in it.
Right.
And it was you could watch it the free to air and have ads, or watch it on Netflix and have ads. There's no different. But where I really let's go back to where I was going to start.
Yeah.
So what really got me by the end of it is we get censored the most by Americans.
America.
And I'm picking on Americans. Hear
Say
me
that-
out.
I feel like you say this every week.
Hear me out. Okay. Seriously, hear me out. So we have Google, American.
Mm-hmm.
Apple, American. Mm-hmm. YouTube is Google, American. Facebook, American. X, which allows you not. X is actually good because it's not censored.
They are the most.
As long as you
sexual.
say, yeah. No, I'm not saying they're the best. They've got a lot of stuff that I'm
no,
not
I'm not saying that. I
enjoying.
was saying,
Right.
no, sorry.
Instagram, censored. So we come back to censorship levels. So in Google, I can't work out what their rules are. YouTube's even worse. You've got no idea what they class as censorship and what's not. Everything is as clear as mud. When they say that you've been demonetized because you've broken one of the rules, sorry, what rule did I break? Oh, look up our terms and conditions and find it yourself. And I say to them every time, so it's like a policeman pulling you over and say, here's a ticket, what's it for? Look up traffic rules and work out which one you might have broken. You go to Instagram and Facebook, so their rules are pretty clear. And if you don't break them but you bend them, you get shadow banned. You don't get deleted because you didn't break their rules. There mightn't have been any genitalia, there mightn't have been the F word, there mightn't be, you've found ways around it, but they decided, we still don't like you, you're going to be shadow banned. But they still left your media up there. So then we watch American TV, The Boys. So in The Boys is some of the most graphic violence you'll ever see and the most effed up sexual friggin' things you will ever see in your life. This is an American show. So we're talking about someone who crawls down the eye of a penis and sneezes and gets big and explodes and a guy dies. You're talking about another one who's got a dungeon downstairs where all the superheroes go to friggin' do weird kinky shit to people. Another one who has sex with an octopus.
See, the whole dick blowing up thing, I feel like Jared would sit there and be like, that's funny. And you would be like, that's funny. Whereas for me, I'm like, see, that's just juvenile.
It's actually really, really funny.
But for me, that's
it's like the very final, sorry, if you haven't seen the final episode, I'm still going to give it away because it doesn't give it away. The guy's standing there in a urinal pissing, all of a sudden he gets this thing tapping on the shoulder, he looks around, it's a penis head. It's about 8-foot long penis back to a guy.
Just sounds juvenile, and this is why I've got no interest in watching.
No, there's so many stuff. There's one of the ladies in her superhero is her brain.
Welcome to Peter's review of The Boys.
She reminds me of. She so much reminds me of the press secretary for Biden. What the dark girl with curly hair.
I don't care about politics.
But she reminds me of her. She's dark and that. So her superhero, her brain is the smartest brain in the world, right? Mm-hmm. So she wants to have sex with Octopus Boy.
Right.
So he asked her to put a knitting needle into her eye to kill and move it around and kill her brain so she could do crazy freaking sex.
This is so interesting for
everyone. Her brain would then, like if you stabbed her in the heart, she would die. You can do anything you like to her brain, it will grow back to be the smartest brain in the world. And I'm sitting there going, so American made this movie, but this is American censorship. This is maybe why we need this censorship, because they make shows, but at the same time I freaking did laugh a lot.
I'm sure everyone loved your review of The Boys. Sorry for that, people.
I loved all the episodes. The latest episode was too I want to make it deep and meaningful, and they're not smart enough to do that. Anyway.
Speaking of
TV, cut me off?
No, because we've got to wrap up. But speaking of TV shows, because I started to tell you, but this leads into a question, because I started to tell you today about a show that I started watching last night, which I know you're not into reality shows, I'm not telling you to watch it, but there was a thing that they did. So it's a show called Snowflake Mountain, and it's a reality show, and it's these spoilt brats who treat their parents and everyone like shit. Most of them are in their early 20s.
It's about Paris Hilton.
They pretty much like refuse to get jobs, refuse to help around the house. They're just
Oh, you're talking about Nikki.
But they're like 23, and they're
Nikki's
just
my daughter, by the way.
they're just spoiled brats, and they just have attitude problems. Anyway, so their parents kind of trick them and tell them they're going on this show pack. You're going to this island, this villa. So they all rock up, and anyway, they get thrown into the wilderness, and the first thing they're all confused. They're like, where? Like, oh, surely like the resort's going to be around the corner, and then they get thrown out of these cars, and the first thing that they do, sorry, spoiler alert, but the first thing they do is tell them, all right, here's your, I think they call them dry bags. They're like, get your suitcases and pull out all of your essentials. And they're like, what? And they're like, nope, your essentials. And you can only fit in this bag. And so they're all panicking. Like, what do you mean? What do you mean? Then I don't know how much of this is staged, but then they put their suitcases.
Every bit of it.
They put their suitcases on a truck and then drive it out and then like blow it up. And I'm like, surely not. Like
You can't blow up somebody else's. No, you cannot do that. It's like you could not kidnap. So I couldn't get my daughter and my son, kidnap them, send them to somewhere to be in a reality show to be filmed without their consent and get the most horrible things done to them. Sorry, they've all consented to this.
But I was like, I said to Jared, because I was watching this and I was like, to Jared, I was like,
Did Jared watch it?
yeah, we're watching it together. And I said to him, I was like, no, I was like, sorry. Yes, I am materialistic. And I was like, but if that was me and they blew, like, I was like, no, if I had things in there, because the best way to get me is something if it's limited edition.
It could have been Casey's necklace
It could have been.
that you lost.
But it could, because the way to get me to buy something is make it limited edition. Because I'm like, you're telling me that like only like a few people can have it and no one else can? Hell yeah, I'm buying. So the amount of limited edition hoodies I have and things like that. And if that was, I would burst into tears. So like...
No, but it's not like that. Legally, you could not destroy somebody else's...
All right, but my question to you is like, okay, so let's say it's not staged. Let's say it is real and you'd packed a suitcase to go on what you thought was a holiday and then someone was like, take out your essentials and then they blew... Like, would you be like devastated by that, or are you like seriously not that materialistic that you'd be like, it's replaceable? Like, would you actually care if someone like blew up?
All right, my T-shirts, don't care. I get them reprinted.
Like, I know it's a bit subjective.
My jeans, depending on the jeans.
Cece, you're a little bit materialistic.
No, there is jeans
Yeah.
I cannot rebuy. So it'd be, if my belt was in there, like it'd be, like a new belt buckle, but
Yeah.
although when we go to LA, I'm a new belt. So maybe the belt could. All right, so toiletries, nah. My camera gear, oh shit, yeah. Don't blow any of that shit up. Bottle of Southern in America, can't buy it anywhere. If you kill my Southern, you're dead. I'm just trying to think. Socks, jocks.
Yeah, things like that I wouldn't care about.
You can blow up, but I still think that legally...
Yeah, but
They would have had to say that they're in on it. It's a freaking wank reality show.
Yeah, whatever. But I was more interested because like it was just funny. Like while we were watching it, like there was just like I was like, no, I'd be so pissed if someone blew
I have a little
up my
necklace.
shit.
If that was blown up,
You would be devo.
I would seriously.
And this is like because me and Jake, we were.
There's certain little things, but I think if they're so small, I would have packed them into the.
Yeah, like you would, and that's what I'm. But then, like, I don't know.
My Detroit 501s, I've got 2 pairs left that I can still wear.
I guess my question, because me and Jared were talking about it, watching it last night.
What was Jared's answer?
Ooh, Jared's not like he's really.
You just buy something new.
Yeah, like I mean, like Jared. I mean, unless it was like Jared's Dead Mouse varsity jacket, he doesn't really. He's not like me. He doesn't like froth over getting something like limited edition.
At first class pajamas and makes your boss pay $200 to replace them. Over $200. First $100 to get them shipped back to you, and they weren't even those. Then to buy a new pair on eBay.
But I'm never flying first class again, so I don't know. I was just more thinking that like it was just interesting because and the whole reason I bought it was because I thought it was interesting because Jared and I were talking about it while watching it, and like I said, like Jared doesn't care too much to buy like kind of those kind of limited edition-y items of clothing, whereas for me, I do. I mean, like, sure, I'm sitting here and like this jumper could be replaced, these leggings could be replaced.
No, I can.
But these boots can't.
They can be replaced.
But I like these came from Camden.
Yeah, I know, but we could go back and get another pair of those.
Can you though?
Yeah.
These were the last pair.
They'll have another pair. But
my other ones, never I
No,
can...
sorry, the other, that's why I want to rebuild them for you. The
I'll
other
bring
ones
them in.
can't be replaced. So there's certain things, your grey shorts
Can't
that
be
you
replaced.
lost can't be replaced.
Yeah.
So certain things, my black silk dress can't be replaced. As much as you say, it's the same, no. And there's a top I've lost which can't be replaced. A boob shirt, you can
Cannot
never
replace.
replace the boob shirt.
I don't know. But see, I think and the reason I'm so fussy and I never buy clothing, like I was complaining today about not having a good winter wardrobe, is because I struggle to buy clothing because I like my wardrobe to be this really cool, one-off, irreplaceable things because I'm
Yeah, but
selfish.
it needs to be worn in too.
But I like to have things that people can't have.
I know, but at the same time, it's not super special till you've worn it 20 or 30 times. Now it's actually really super special because...
Yeah.
No, I just see it with you. Like your $15 frigging Doof boots, the first week you had them, they're not really replaceable. Now they're
had them.
irreplaceable. That's why what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make these beautiful little stainless steel clips. So the whole zip has got these beautiful little clips holding it together. And I'm gonna fill in all the holes in the sole with rubber so you won't get stones in it. But then they can just be your special boots. But these boots are, we should have freaking bought these the first time.
We should have.
We should have.
So I was just checking.
But you got them now.
I got them now. Ooh.
Which is, I saw them up there and I thought they were cool.
I know.
That is bad.
We already spoke about this.
We spoke about this.
Anyway, I can't wait to see how you rebuild my boots. Maybe we could do a whole podcast of you rebuilding my boots.
I'm going to rebuild them awesome.
Yeah. Sorry, that was just my rant about... I don't know. I don't know where I was going with that. I just thought it was an interesting topic.
But I feel that show is...
You
the
hate
kids
all
are...
reality
No,
shows.
the kids are signed. You can't make people go somewhere without their consent. It's called kidnapping.
Oh, no, they're allowed to leave at any time.
So why don't they?
Because...
Getting paid more money if they stay.
No, because the winner, I don't know how they're deciding on the winner, but the winner gets $50,000, which I'm like, it's really not like...
That's not freaking
But
enough
if-
to throw away your freaking...
I know, but then if anyone leaves, they lose $5,000 from the... so if one person leaves, $5,000. Every time that someone leaves, they lose $5,000. And I was like, I don't know. I mean, I've got to... And I said to Jared last night, I was like, 1 in 10 chance of winning $50,000.
Yeah.
I would say
50
fuck
grand's
this.
nothing.
I would say fuck this.
I'll change
Sorry
my
for my
name
French.
to some model called R and go to some Love Island and get ripped off.
Oh my God.
Anyhow, sorry. Anyway, but the other thing is, and I can't mention anything because it hasn't come out yet and nobody knows anything about it. No, I'm not mentioning it. I'm just saying it's another reality TV show and we know the person very well and we know the people involved very well and they end up getting voted off because they were... What's it called? Yeah,
No, you're not allowed to talk. Just don't, no,
they
please,
don't know what
please.
show I'm talking about.
Please just don't talk about it.
Yeah, but they don't know what show I'm talking about.
I'd prefer
I'm
it.
just feeling it. There was nothing that person did wrong.
Yeah, exactly. But
And that's why I don't like...
You
these
just don't like reality TV.
I don't like reality TVs because I think some of this stuff is pre-set up, like, feed all these people, we want to remove that person. And
I'm just a sucker for reality TV.
I hate it.
I know you do, so I'm sorry I've even brought up reality TV.
My friggin' wife's watching the latest block piece of crap. And yeah, I just said to her, are you watching this? She's on her phone. She goes, oh, I said, good, we're watching the boys. Tonight, when I get home, it's going to be, I'm going to have a look at Dark Matter. Because
Anne said it was
kept
really
on
good.
raving. Or either that, I'm going to put on. I still haven't shown you that movie.
Poor Things.
Poor Things, or I haven't seen Furiosa. And because Tarantino loved Fury Road, and I saw a little thing about Furiosa, he says, yeah, +2. So I need to watch that movie, even though I loved it with friggin' The original, I think I did really, really like Fury Road. I hated the friggin' one with Tina Turner in it. I can't remember what it's called. It was just so not Mad Max. But then have the fashion models in friggin'
That's Fury Road, yeah.
I know, I friggin' absolutely love that. And even though Mel Gibson wasn't in it, I really did like the actor that took his place. And I've heard that Furiosa is even better, so.
Cool.
Cool.
Well, let me know how it goes.
I will.
But we should stop ranting and
should stop
raving. Ranting and raving.
Ranting and raving, yeah.
Sorry about the rain again, guys.
Sorry about the rain, and
We'll see you again next week.
I'll see.
We'll still be here. Well, you'll have been back.
No, officially I'm not here.
Officially, you're not here, but
I'll record the next one. We'll be here, but then the one after that will be
after you get back. Sorry, we're on a bit of a delay with you guys.
We have to do a delay because I don't have enough time. We can't risk filming it on the Friday. Even on Thursday, because our life's not controllable.
But anyways, we will see you again next week. Have a nice weekend. Bye.
See ya.